Okay, so I wanted to finish answering this question that I got a couple of days ago in the comments section where somebody wrote, quote, I heard two main Bible-based arguments from cessationists, which are not quite big, admittedly, but they would at least be kind of understandable and something to argue about. The verse, 1 Corinthians 13, 8 through 12, speaking about the cessation of the gifts when the perfect has come, and the observation that from a certain point on in the book of Acts, there are supposedly no more miracles recorded, so as to suggest that the signs and miracles had already ceased then. What do you say about these 2 points? End quote. Now, I already answered the first part of that question in the previous video about tongues and prophecy ceasing when the perfect comes. I'll put a link to that in the description. But now I want to address the second part of the question, which is this. Is it true that, as some cessationists teach, that from a certain point on in the book of Acts, there are no more miracles recorded? Do we see in the book of Acts itself that the gifts had ceased? Well, there's one way to just find this out very quickly. What you can do is just get the book of Acts, open it up, and go to the very last chapter, and let's see what we find here. All right, so here's a story, last chapter of Acts, about Paul getting bitten by a poisonous snake, and then he dies. Man, it's too bad that miracles had just ceased, isn't it? Just when Paul could have used a miracle of his own, right? Oh, wait, no, hold on a second here. No, I was wrong. Sorry. He actually shakes the snake off into the fire, and it has no ill effects on him, and the people think he's a god. Wow, well, maybe it was just a garden snake or something. Let's keep looking. Next part of the story, Paul goes to the home of a chief official on the island, and the man's father is sick with fever and dysentery, and Paul said something like, I'm so sorry, sir. If I had arrived 3 weeks ago, I could have healed you, but those gifts have ceased. Now I have chosen to see sickness as the will of God, which is given to teach you patience and character. Oh, hold on a second here. Wait. No, I was wrong. Paul actually places his hands on the man and heals him, but that's probably it, right? I mean, that had to have been the last little bit of miracle juice that Paul had in his body, right? Oh, wait, hold on here. It says, verse 10, when this had happened, the rest of the sick on the island came and were cured. Whoa, wait a minute. Are you telling me all the sick people on the island were healed? And this is the last chapter of the book of Acts? Well, I got to be honest with you. It sure doesn't look to me like there's any indication in Acts or anywhere else in the New Testament for that matter that the gifts had ceased. But what do I know? What do I and the Bible have to do with disagreeing with cessationists? I mean, these guys are smart. They wear ties and everything.